let's click new game. This time, however, we're gonna play some Thrifty Wizard. Let's see what we get in Thrifty Wizard. And 90% of the spellbook is removed, so this might be pretty impossible. Okay. Oh boy, this is gonna be rough. We don't get teleport, we don't get blink. We get a bunch of spells that are not particularly great. Icicle is okay. I guess I do have to get Icicle for the purposes of, you know, clearing the first level. But beyond that, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Yeah, wow, this spell set is pretty vile. Yeah, I guess a Spike Ball Factory is what I have to do. But the thing about Spike Ball Factory is that it's very difficult to get going if you don't have Word of Chaos as well for the freezing of literally everything and everyone. A Spike Ball Factory is very, very powerful. Chillwind is okay. Yeah, it is okay. Kind of difficult to use if you don't have mobility. But I like that it hits 3 tiles. It targets where you are and it just hits 3 tiles. Like the one above you, the one where you are, and the one below you. It doesn't hurt you, I'm pretty sure. And since it hits 3 tiles like that, it's pretty nice. It's horizontally, right? I have never used it. White line perpendicular to the caster. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is like that. I wonder if it's also vertical. No idea. But anyway, I could use that. But, I'm not sure that's gonna be such a good idea. Because I don't have mobility, so using it might be pretty difficult. On the other hand, it might make it so that I can do some levels that I traditionally have set that I have very difficult time doing, you know, closed levels and stuff like that. We have Eye of Fire, Ether Swap, which I don't know. Earthen Sentinel, Lightning Spire, and Suspend Mortality. Yikes, this spell set is just pretty bad. I missed the remaining 90% of my spellbook that I don't get to have. I really do. Do you guys think that I could upgrade Icicle to like get every possible upgrade for Icicle, like crazy damage, and try to do like Death Cleave Icicle? The thing about Death Cleave Icicle is that I think Death Cleave is garbage now. It only targets, like, whenever you cast Death Cleave, it's as if you cast something and you kill it, and then Death Cleave triggers and it's like if you cast something again. So it will kill everything that I could originally target with Icicle, which is pretty okay, but it doesn't go beyond that. And it used to be way more powerful. Yeah, I think that it got way too nerfed. It's difficult. It's difficult to you know, balance things like these. Very difficult to balance things like these because it's either too strong or it's just completely worthless. And we don't really want it to be completely worthless, right? So yeah. Anyway, let's continue. I have my chat window right here. Yeah, I almost never have this vertical monitor turned on when I'm streaming, but this time it happened to be turned on because I was reading some manga, and so yeah, I figured that it might be a good idea to actually use it for the chat, especially since I'm playing Rift Wizard 2, which I launch in a different monitor than I usually launch my crawl. Man, this is not gonna be a fun run. I'm very skeptical of the viability of this run altogether. Okay, to be completely fair, this is a great spot to go to. Open level, I'm gonna be surrounded, but not everything flies. There's only one bat and a couple of ghosts, and I can just like drop here and kill all the gates without a lot of difficulty, which I really like. I do want to do that. Whenever a frozen enemy dies to ice damage, regain a charge of icicle. I think this makes a lot of sense, going for freezing and icicle harvest, considering how I only have access to one mana potion. So yeah, I think that I'll do the damage upgrade first. Okay, I'll get the damage upgrade first, because the damage upgrade is actually really good. It's not 9 damage, it's 18 damage, because it's 9 damage to the 2 instances of damage that freeze normally does. So yep, 18 damage. Okay, all that's left to do is to wait for these guys to get to me. I'm playing Thrifty Wizard, so I cannot pick up multiples of the mana potions and the healing potions. Something important to keep in mind. So it's gonna be okay to use some mana potion right now. Yeah, there's really not gonna be any issues. Okay, the healing potion obviously stays on the floor. We cannot pick that up. And I think we have, yeah, we have Lightning Spire and Conductance. Do I really want to use those? Definitely not. On the other hand, it's a shame that I don't have enough experience, but I would like to get a Storm Collar, because a Storm Collar is pretty good. Whenever ice or lightning damage is dealt to an enemy unit, it creates a blizzard or thundercloud nearby, and we're dealing ice damage, which we can probably snowball with. We can probably snowball with Storm Collar and go for Shatter Shards and stuff like that. Yeah, Shatter Shards make sense. I hope that I get Sorcery Circle. No Sorcery Circle. We have a Dark Circle, but we don't have any good dark spells. Like, I guess Death Gaze is okay, but nah. Or maybe I just thought of something. I wonder if it makes the gates deal damage, because you know Spikeball Factory really makes incredible amounts of gates, so it might be good. Yeah, surrounds the initially summoned gates with another layer of gates, and you get way better spike balls by getting all the upgrades of Spikeball Factory. This is a really strong spell. It might be what I have to do at the end in order to win this run, but I don't know how viable it's gonna be without Word of Chaos, since Word of Chaos is really what enables it in the first place. This might be a bit of an awkward level to do. On the other hand, once again, all 3 gates are pretty close to each other, which is a pretty good thing. I can start here, hit all 3 gates, and that is exactly what I am going to do. Icicle one-shots the big ones. That's great. I really like when a single cast of my spell is enough to one-shot the big ones. It's not enough to one-shot the gates, however. Okay, I'll take the 12 damage. Does this level have HP potions? Because you have to keep in mind that we cannot pick up multiple HP potions, so we can't really afford to take as much damage as usual. Okay, that's fine, but I don't want to get hit more or by those any more than strictly necessary. Okay, looking pretty good. Now it's only a matter of waiting for things to position themselves in a convenient way for me to hit them all. There we go. Alright, not bad. 14 icicles. I think that I need to get Freezing and Icicle Harvest. I might get those in this level. Yeah, I will use this because, I will use my mana potion because, well, I need to pick up this other mana potion. Okay, Lightning Circle, Ruby Heart. I think that I want to go to the level with the HP. Yeah, I hope that it's not an awful layout. Okay, it's fine. These gates are pretty spread apart from each other, which is kind of an issue. Yeah, that might be a bit of an issue. I don't think it will be terrible or will make this level unfeasible, but it will be kind of an issue. I think that I'll get freezing and radius, or freezing and icicle harvest. I mean, I could also get an ice skill that says Radiant Chill whenever you cast an ice spell, freeze the nearest unfrozen enemy to add spells target for 3 turns. I think it doesn't freeze the one that you're targeting. So yeah, if I get that, it's for the purpose of getting Shatter Shards, which I could get right now, but it is worthless if I don't have any way to actually freeze enemies. What I could also do is get freezing instead of, or like freezing only. Does this level have a mana potion? It does. Okay, so I don't need Icicle Harvest. I can get freezing and save the rest of my experience to get Shatter Shards, and then Shatter Shards will do funny stuff. Yeah, Shatter Shards gets pretty crazy once it gets going. I think that's what I'm gonna do. After all, I do need freezing. Oh, it only costs 2, that's convenient. Okay, let's begin. Bit of a shame that I cannot kill the 2, or that I cannot one-shot the ogres with my icicle. At least not yet. I think that eventually I'll be able to do such a thing, but not right now. Anyway. Okay, you know what I should use? I should use this Storm Troll Crown. These guys are immune to physical, however, so the Storm Trolls are not such a good idea. Yeah, the Storm Trolls would not work here. Okay, I'm glad that I noticed. Okay, we can use a mana potion, it's completely okay. We have another one on the floor right here, so we don't really mind. Let me go over there to start trying to get rid of the gates, because we really do have to do that. Fortunately, the ghosts only hit for 1 HP, so like it's not that much of an issue to actually let them hit me for a little bit of HP. And it's not like it does me a lot of good to hoard the HP potions, so yeah, we really have to use HP as a resource here, much more liberally than normal. I assume that the vast majority of this playthrough is not gonna be as difficult as I otherwise would think it would be, but I think that Mordred's fight is gonna be really rough. Yeah. Am I forgetting about Steam Rift Wizard 2? That hasn't released. I'm sure it hasn't released. You guys are still in 2023. Yeah, when it releases in Steam, I will be very happy to play it, but it's still not even listed, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I searched for Rift Wizard and I only get Rift Wizard 1. A great game. I recommend it to everyone. It's so fantastic. Fire Lightning Nature spell damage enemies go berserk. Fire Lightning Nature. Jikes. Yeah, we're playing Thrifty Wizard because I haven't won Thrifty Wizard yet. If I had the Icy Wind spell, it would be kind of okay in this level. I could start here, do the thing, and then move down a bit and do the thing again, and then go over here. Yeah, okay, that would be interesting, but I don't have it, and I guess I can get it, but do I want to get it? I don't really want to get it. I think I would like to get Shatter Shards. Yeah, Shatter Shards. I think in the near future we would also like to get, you know, Radius and Icicle Harvest, because that Icicle is what I am going to be doing, because the rest of my spells are pretty disappointing. Okay, Mana Potion, HP Potion, I already like this level. It also has Ruby Heart. Okay, yeah, this is definitely the level to go. I was thinking of the Farsight Shrine, because it pretty much gives my Icicle full screen range, which is pretty good, but the level might be very difficult to clear compared to this one. This one looks very easy to clear. So yeah, okay, we are going to start here. How are we going to do this, however? I am tempted to start here actually. Easy to kill this gate, and not so difficult to move over here to kill this one and over here to kill this one. Yeah, okay. I could have started a bit farther. That's something that I would like Rift Wizard 2 to have, to let me see where, like if I land here with my spell hit this tile. That's the main reason why I didn't land here. And the answer is that I wouldn't have been able to hit that tile. I needed to land here in order to hit this tile. But it's fine. Okay, Shatter Shard's doing Shatter Shard things. Player took 12 fire damage from Suicide Explosion. That's okay, I suppose. Not much to do about it. Yeah, Shatter Shards. Doing Shatter Shard things. It's really what's happening. Whenever a unit is unfrozen, a frozen unit is killed, and the units that I target with Icicle are frozen instantly. Of the 3 enemies in a 6-tile burst take 9 ice and 9 physical damage. So yeah, Ice Lord, Arch Sorcerer will be good upgrades. Also the skill that creates like Stormcaller, that's what it's called. Okay. Pretty good. Alrighty, that went okay. And it's fine that I have a mana potion here, because I can, or like a healing potion rather, because I can use it and pick it up. Alright, gotta be a bit more loose with my mana potions than usual. I don't think I like that level, and I don't like this level either. Yeah, this level has Ice Slimes. I can kill them with Icicle, but they have 50% resistance to physical, so I would have to Icicle them twice. There's too many of them to actually be able to do that. So I really don't want to go to this level. This level looks slightly better, still kinda risky, because there's the Slimes. Nine the Cat, I think, has 9 lives. It's a very rare high-level monster, but I have already killed it before. It's not part of the monsters that I have yet to kill for my bestiary. I wonder if anyone has ever completed the Rift Wizard bestiary, and if so, how long does it take for one to complete the bestiary? Because I have like 300 hours of Rift Wizard. It's not as much time, but yeah, and I still don't have it complete. But I have a lot of monsters in it, at least. Do I want to go to this level? Because the alternative is re-rolling. The dangers of re-rolling, however, are that I might need to reroll later. Like right now, it's kind of like I want to reroll. In fact, I think that this might be a good level to use the Storm Troll Crown. Yeah. So let's try that. Let's actually start here. Kill this, and then do Storm Troll Crown. Oh, I cannot see that. Well, for now at least. Yeah. It also just dies from Shatter Shard, so things are okay. Okay, Storm Troll Crown. Level layout is pretty awkward. I don't know if you have already noticed, but it certainly is pretty awkward. Do not like it. What I mean by that is that it is pretty difficult for me to position myself in a spot where I can see the enemies and stuff. Okay, the Storm Trolls have already started to take over the level. They're more powerful than the Slimes, so I think that I just need to give them a little bit of a boost by killing these straggler gates, and the Trolls will get rid of almost the rest of the level. I don't think this level has a mana potion, or does it? I cannot see it anyway, if it does have a mana potion. Okay, 3 HP. That will have to be enough for the Trolls to get rid of it, because I am out of juice. Okay. Alrighty, not bad at all. Let's continue. So yeah, no mana potions in this level. I took a little bit of damage. There's a healing potion, I guess, that I can use, the one I'm carrying. Yep. Okay, this level has 2 mana potions. I wonder how this works with... Okay, that's an interesting level. It doesn't look impossible. Looks kinda... It doesn't even look that bad, actually. Looks doable. But I wonder how the shrine works with Spike Ball Factory, because I do want to get Spike Ball Factory, since I think it is the strongest spell that I have access to. Yeah, I wonder if it summons more, or if it just summons the normal amount that it would summon. I am very curious. It does say 50% more number of summons, but I don't know. And the thing is that while I do want a Spike Ball Factory, I don't know if it's such a great idea to get it immediately. That might be bad. What I do want is Radius, Icicle Harvest, we want Stormcaller, we want Ice Lord, of course, we want Arch Sorcerer, and then maybe at the end of all of that we want Spike Ball Factory. What do I get now, however? I think that I should get the thing that makes me not have to use potions every turn, Icicle Harvest. Okay, now I could get Radiant Chill, which freezes the nearest unfrozen enemy to that spell's target for 3 turns, which in turn helps me with Shadow Shards, because the enemy might get frozen and then killed, and then Shadow Shards triggers twice, because I killed one thing with Icicle and one thing with Radiant Chill Shadow Shards. Okay, let's try that. I hope that I do not come to regret that. Yeah, this level looks very doable, regardless of whether or not I'm gonna get the gate. Going very well so far, as you can see. Yeah, also I'm getting good amounts of Icicle charges back. It works in a very weird way. Alright, it casts of Icicle 23, and it has 22 max charges, so I got 8 charges for free. I'm still gonna oh, I don't have a mana potion. Okay, yeah, in that case it was a good thing that I grabbed that. Otherwise we would have been in a little bit of trouble. I only have 1 teleporter. Oh, single healing potion, because I'm standing on a healing potion. It feels pretty bad to waste them like that, but it's not like I can do much about it. Okay, I do want this gate. This Ice Leech is gonna be kind of annoying. The level also looks kind of rough. It has a lot of enemies, and I don't have any real area of effect attacks just yet. Oh, you know what I should get and I hadn't thought about? Prince of Ruin. Because with Prince of Ruin, like, I'm already dealing physical damage, so Prince of Ruin helps a lot. I don't really need it immediately, but I'll need it later. Anyway, do I want to go to this level for real? It seems like it could be very rough. Perhaps this is a level where I should have used the Storm Troll Crown on. But yeah, I don't have it anymore, so... man, these levels are starting to look pretty scary for what I can do with my build. Yeah, I'm starting to feel the limitations of the build, is what I'm trying to say. I think this level has 2 mana potions at least, so I could start here and like just kill some stuff and move over to the other mana potion and kill more stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be expensive to do this level, but I think it is more feasible to do than the previous one. Oh man, the Airborne Vampires are rough. Yeah, they're gonna sponge so many icicles. But at least they die instantly, I have noticed. Like, oof. Oof. What do you do? It drains life, but it doesn't... I have a ton of HP, and I have 3 healing potions, like 2 in the floor, I'm pretty sure, and the one that I'm carrying, so I think that it's okay for me to sponge a little bit of the damage. By a little bit of the damage, I mean a lot of the damage, actually. Unfortunately, it is like that. Ran out of mana. I do have one of these. You know, I originally thought that this was gonna be way worse than this, but I guess I do have Shatter Shards, which is pretty great. Okay, goodbye Lightning Mage. That guy had 7 shields, I'm pretty sure the Lightning Mage has. So killing it with what I'm doing is kinda rough. Okay, things are going pretty great. Yeah, we're almost done. And I only have to use one of my 2 mana potions. So I'm gonna be getting out of this level with full mana and with another mana potion in my inventory. It's great. Alright. It helps a lot that I didn't have to deal with the vampires turning into vampire bats. Thanks to Shatter Shards. And yeah, you can see there the damage of Shatter Shards. It's kind of insane if you think about it. Damage to enemies 1003 Shatter Shards. Yeah, and we take a lot of damage, but it doesn't matter because we're coming out of here with literal full HP. It may not look like a lot, but we're coming out of here with literal full HP. 1 healing potion and max HP is about as high as we can get when it comes to HP. Nightmare Shrine. We have a bunch of shrines that are pretty okay, but we don't really have any. Yeah, no interesting sorceries that we could put these spells on. Unfortunately, we have a Dark Circle, which the Dark build is pretty great for this challenge, but we didn't really get anything to make that usable. It's kind of rough. Let's go over here because, yeah, this looks easy. These guys are weak to cold and fire, so we can do it without a lot of difficulty. We can also drop into some experience and immediately get something like Arch Sorcerer or Ice Lord. In fact, Ice Lord is what I should get, because Ice Lord enhances Shatter Shards, and that makes it deal way more damage than Arch Sorcerer would. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Drop here and get Ice Lord. At least we can get all the skills. Okay. So, yeah. Do you see the screen clearing power of Shatter Shards? Is kind of insane. How strong of an ability it is. Yeah. It used to be level 4. Can you believe that? That it used to be level 4? Because that's kind of bonkers. Like, it probably should have never been level 4. That's how strong it is. Okay, yeah. I was skeptical of this going as well, as it has been going, but it is obvious that it's going very well. And I'm starting to believe in the power of it. Shatter Shard 664. Yeah, more damage than Icicle once again. I think that now I'm gonna save up experience for Prince of Ruin, because we're doing physical damage already. So let's see how that goes. I think this is very doable. Doesn't look that bad. No monsters here are immune to ice. Or well, I guess the ghostly Gotias are immune to physical. Yeah, they're immune to physical, but it's okay. I can still kill them with only ice damage. And the other option is really difficult, so we're going here. Yeah, we only have 2 options. I'm glad that I noticed this mana potion that I'm leaving behind. We don't need to leave that behind because we can always get full charges on my current mana potion. Okay, let's begin by landing on this heart. Getting a little bit of extra HP. Yeah, the power of Shatter Shards. That was such impressive screen clear for a level 1 spell, but in reality it was not a level 1 spell, it was Shatter Shards doing wonderful things. It really is super funny how things sometimes explode, you know? Okay, that's funny. It teleported in a way that I could literally not avoid taking damage from it. But that's perfectly okay because we have so much HP. I have ended games of Thrifty Wizard where I have less HP than this, which is hilarious. Okay, 20 casts of Icicle. We still have 15 charges because the Icicle Harvest ability is pretty good. I think that it might be about time to get the Radius, but before that we are going to get Prince of Ruin. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. Mana potion as well. Let's see what we have here. Enchantment Circle, Ruby Heart. Oof. I think it's not so bad because Shatter Shard I think goes through walls, but boy, these 2 levels are horrendous. Crucible of Pain is something that I do not like. It's not so terrible. I'm confusing it with the one that stuns you whenever you take damage. That one is really, really rough. Okay, we're gonna use a Portal Disruptor here. If there's a level to use a Portal Disruptor on, it's that one. I like this. This is perfectly doable, very easy. That I do not like. On the other hand, the consumables in that level are also pretty garbage to boot. So because we're going here, We're doing a lot of damage with Prince of Ruin and Shatter Shards. It's such a good combination. Gotta be careful with the Bone Knights because they subtract from your max HP. I think that considering how I don't have a lot of healing potions, max HP is more of an important thing to have than usual. And let's see. Shatter Shards, the top damage, Icicle, and then Prince of Ruin. But yeah, Shatter Shards is pretty busted. 15 ice and 15 physical. And now my Icicle deals 21 ice and 21 physical. I can still upgrade it more if I get a Sorcerer Lord, Arch Sorcerer, 7 damage. You know what? That's pretty good. I hope that I do get a Sorcerer Circle or so. Nothing here. It took a little bit of damage and I'm not at full mana, so yeah, let's just go ahead and use those. Get back my potions. So far we have gotten really lucky when it comes to the potions. I'm starting to dread the moment when we get levels like these where there's no mana potions. Oh boy, all 3 levels are kinda rough. I think that it's about time that I get Chill Wind. If I understand it correctly, it could help me do these kinds of levels, but I have never used it before, so who knows. Does this level have Lightning Artists? Because Lightning Artists are the ones that actually deal a ton of damage. Okay, I guess that I want to start somewhere around here. Not only does it get me to kill the Box of Woe, and it also gets me close enough to the gates to get rid of them. Oh, is this thing? Oh no. Okay. For a second, I was freaked out. For a second, I was like, is this thing immune to cold and physical? But it was only immune to physical, fortunately. Yeah. Dealing with something that's immune to cold and physical is very difficult. But yeah, once again, the wave clear abilities, I guess you could call them that, of the Shatter Shards Prince of Ruin combination are shining here. And I guess it does help a good amount that this level has enemies that die to literally anything. They have 1 HP. Very easy to kill them. They also cause an explosion that kills other things. Shatter Shards is so good. Okay, yeah, it was such a good idea to get Shatter Shards, especially as early as I did. It has been fantastic, and I have not regretted it one bit. It's in fact the reason why I am still alive. I don't think that I would be alive, or that I would have gotten so far if I hadn't gotten Shatter Shards as early as I did. That level looks pretty difficult. Icicle only? No, not really. I'm doing Thrifty Wizard, but the thing is that my spellbook is pretty limited, and none of these spells are, like, great. Eye of Fire is awful, Ether Swap is okay, but it's not that great. You can give it Blind Casting, which makes it slightly less bad. I might want to get that for mobility. Earthen Sentinel is kinda lame because it doesn't move. Lightning Spire's kinda lame because it doesn't move. And like, if only I had gotten like Disperse or something to push monsters away from me, The tower defense build could have been a possibility, but we just didn't get that. So I didn't even consider going for tower defense. Suspend mortality. If target allied unit gains the ability to revive. I don't have much allies. Conductance is for lightning damage. Death Gaze is for allies. I don't have allies. Orb Control is pretty awful, even if I did have orbs. Permanence is... yeah, like I got a crazy amount of really bad spells. I think I got like only the worst spells that this game has to offer. It's kind of crazy. Siphon Shields is pretty good, however. I might get that for real. Chill Wind is something that I was also considering. Death Cleave could work with Icicle. It definitely is worth considering for the purpose of wave clear. But I don't know how often do I directly kill something with Icicle. I think that it's more frequent than the thing that I target with Icicle dies to something else, like Shatter Shards or, you know, Prince of Ruin. So I don't know if Death Cleave would be good. And Spikeball Factory is my strongest spell, but since I don't have Word of Chaos, I was hesitant on actually getting it. So yeah, that's why I am only using Icicle. It's unintentionally an Icicle only run. Like, I would really prefer to not be doing an Icicle only run, but here we are. And there's not much that I can do about it. Oh, Ice Circle, finally. Right after I have already gotten almost everything that I want ice related. Well, that's not true. I guess that I could get Frostbite, maybe. I could get Stormcaller for sure. I could get Frozen Fragility, maybe. That doesn't sound so terrible. I could maybe get Crystal Power. Okay, I do have a couple of things that I could think about getting. So it might be in my best interest to go here. It has Elf Arachnomancers. I think it's okay. I don't think these guys are as bad as the Lightning Artists. Those are definitely the worst. Idol of the Foolish is spell and skill range by 1, and there's only one of these things in the level, right? Yeah, I only see one. Okay. No, I do see 2. Okay. Sometimes it's very difficult to spot how many of an idol there are, especially on levels like with this specific palette. They are like the colors are very similar. One of my things that I would like to see in Rift Wizard 2, as I always mention, is the ability to like have a list of monsters right here in this part of the screen that is pretty much unused, and hover over the name of a monster. Like, it would tell you X amount of that monster, right? You would hover over the name and it would highlight the monsters. I think that would be a very good thing to have in Rift Wizard 2. So yeah, I guess that I am going to start here because I think that this specific spot hits the Spike Beast Gate, hits the Arachnomancer, and hits the other Spike Beast Gate, and we can move on from there. That doesn't sound so terrible. I have so much HP, it's kind of crazy. Oh no, does it really not reach? That's crazy. I could have also landed on some experience to get Arch Sorcerer. That was also a possibility. So far things are going okay. Yeah, the only reason why this is working is because of Shatter Shards. Ice has one super broken skill compared to the vast amount of super broken skills that Fire gets. Kind of unfair, but it could be worse. It could get 0 broken skills, like other schools in this game. Okay, I'm gonna have to use a mana potion. Yep, mana potion. This level has a mana potion, so it's fine. Thrifty Wizard is the challenge where I can only have one of every consumable, so it can be pretty difficult. Should I get rid of this thing while I'm here? Maybe... yeah, maybe it's a good idea to do that. Which skill is broken here? Shatter Shards. Whenever a unit is unfrozen or a frozen unit is killed up to 3 enemies in a 6-tile burst, take 15 ice and 15 physical damage. Combine that with Radiant Chill. Whenever you cast an ice spell, freeze the nearest unfrozen enemy to that spell's target for 5 turns, and it is very constant freezing of enemies. I can also get Stormcaller to make blizzards and thunderclouds. What we want here is blizzards, because blizzards freeze, and then frozen enemies do the Shatter Shards thing, and they deal a lot of damage. Like, I just killed the gate by freezing something with my ability that freezes something whenever I cast Icicle. Yeah, do you see that? Like, it just randomly kills the stuff. Not bad, am I right? Okay, this time we don't come out of this level with full mana, but it's fine. I can get the radius, and I should maybe use this circle to get some stuff here. Like, I can get Stormcaller and Frozen Fragility, both of which are really okay. I could also get Frostbite, but Frostbite puts me out of the range of getting both Frozen Fragility and Stormcaller, so I think the correct thing to do is to get Frozen Fragility and Stormcaller. The alternative was getting Sorcerer, Arch Sorcerer. That also was something that I was considering. Yeah, we're getting a lot of value from Icicle. Icicle and that has been the only reason why I am still alive with this pretty awful spellbook. Okay, I don't think that I want to go to that level. This looks much better, in fact. It's like much more open, it's much smaller. I'm gonna take damage for sure, but... oh, I see that the level doesn't have a healing potion. Well, it's okay, I have a million HP and a healing potion already. So it's not that bad to take a lot of damage in this level. We can start here, get rid of that. I cannot hit this because I got the range upgrade, like the radius upgrade in my Icicle. It's not such a good thing. Perhaps I shouldn't have gotten that upgrade. Oh, Void Drake destroyed my cover. That's gonna be fun. Okay, it's going very well. Yeah, this is going really, really well. Oh, can I actually hit that? No, it's outside of my range. Okay. Okay, that was pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty funny to be in levels with enemies that someone thinks that can explode like that, like these flame roofs that summon firebombers. Can cause pretty funny chain reactions. Okay. Yep, this level I have taken a good amount of damage, but it's perfectly fine. We really don't have any issues taking all of that damage. Okay. Yep, easy peasy. Okay, okay. And I still have a good amount of HP, so I don't even need to use my current HP potion. Let's see what we have here. Oh boy, the game is giving me a good amount of levels that are kind of rough. This one, you would think that it's not so bad because it's kind of open, but the issue is that it has monsters that really hurt you. Like it has ice, and it has lots of ice actually. Good amount of ice, watchers. It's also not as open as you would be led to believe. These walls are, yeah, they're kind of in the way. It's actually pretty rough to maneuver through this level. It might still be doable, but Let's see. What I could do is get Siphon Shields. It's level 4, so I would have to land on experience in this level. Like I would have to land here. How many eyes do I see? I see 2 eyes. Siphoning 2 shields, taking 2 damage from the eyes every turn. Doesn't seem like such a great idea to me. And this level is pretty bad, we have already established. I have a Portal Disruptor. I think that it is worth using here. Let's see. Much better. Much better. Yeah, these guys are immune to ice, but I also deal physical, so it's okay. And let's see what we got here. I don't like this guy. Yeah, this guy might be rough. The Yetis are also difficult to deal with. Immunity to ice plus big HP means that it's gonna be difficult to kill them if I do want to go here. It doesn't look that bad, but I don't think, like, something makes me think that I shouldn't go there. I should go here instead. This looks so much easier. It's like way less enemies. And the enemies that have immunity to ice here are significantly less robust. So I think that I'm safer going into this level. I should probably start in a spot where I can see the Broth Mothers. I might want to start here and hit this with Icicle, or maybe even here. I think that doesn't hit me, and it hits this, and it hits... No, it doesn't hit this, I'm pretty sure. Well, let's begin. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Then over here. I think I have to take a little bit of damage here to directly target this Frosty Tormentor with Icicle. Okay, we do take some damage, but it's fine. This level does not have a healing potion, so it's kind of a shame. I wish that these levels had healing potions. It would be nice if the ability that places Thunderclouds and Blizzards made you immune to both Thunderclouds and Blizzards. That would also be a nice thing that I would like to see in Thrifty Wizard 2. So that you just don't have to wait them out. Okay, unfortunately the last gate is all the way over there, so let's just go on an epic journey through the level. Alright, that wasn't bad, and for once Icicle actually dealt more damage than Shatter Shards. Unexpected. Yeah, okay, that went very well. Let's pick up my stuff, except for that mana potion apparently, because I need to use the one that I'm carrying. And let's continue, and I think that I can get Arch Sorcerer next level. Difficult level. Yeah, I don't like it at all. Yeah, the steel spiders are bad, but at least there's no steel Broth Mother, which summons baby steel spiders, which then grow into normal steel spiders. Oh, this looks so much better. Yeah, this is significantly more doable. I love vampirism. It could be an issue, but I don't think it's gonna be that bad. Yeah, okay, I like this level. I like it a good amount. So that's what we're gonna be doing. The only thing is that all 3 experience orbs are guarded pretty heavily by monsters. What I can do is land on an orb, then use a teleporter over here, then kill these things. Obviously get Arch Sorcerer, and since I can only carry 1 teleporter, I'm not losing anything because the level has a teleporter. That sounds like a pretty good idea, in fact. And that is what I'm going to do. Okay, let's get Arch Sorcerer. This game is great. I really like this game. Something that I really like about Thrifty Wizard is how it rewards you for thinking. Like, for actually thinking through your actions and like doing what you determine to be the best action. It rewards you if it was actually the best action, because sometimes you do things and it was not actually the best action, and so you can die from not doing the best action. But it's fine. That only really happens in the super late game. In the early stages of the game you can play suboptimally and it's fine. And yeah, I suspect that in this level Shatter Shards is gonna be significantly more contributing to the damage than the other one. Okay, right now I am super low on HP, so I do have to use a healing potion. Or I can hold on. Okay, we're pretty much done. The only thing left to kill is the idol vampirism, which happened to survive all the slaughter because it was in the corner. Okay, it produced the sound of a high level enemy. Interesting. Alrighty. Thinking before you move reminds you of chess. It really is like chess. That and crawl are like chess. I do have to say that when it comes to chess, it's pretty difficult because you have to think many moves ahead. Like, it's a lot of branching paths. When, as with Thrifty Wizard, you just have to think for the turn immediately after the turn that you are in, because of the wider variety of options that you have compared to chess. Yeah. Okay, these two levels are kinda rough. I am thinking that maybe this is the one that I go to, but I don't like it that much. It looks kinda scary. I should start thinking about getting Chill Wind or Deathcleave. My Icicle now deals 56 damage to the thing that I'm targeting, so it actually is capable of killing things directly now, which is pretty good. It kills these cockatrices in a single attack, and so on. This level does not have healing potions, and I do want a healing potion, but this level also does not have healing potions. Rough. Really rough, in fact. I think that I maybe should go here to get rid of these gates. Like, start somewhere around here or so, target these, hopefully kill these two gates. I should not have gotten the radius upgrade. The radius upgrade is making it pretty difficult to target tiles because it means that I cannot be directly next to them. Okay, this level has a stopwatch, so I could use the stopwatch in this level. Like, I could land here, kill this, maybe kill this as well, take a bunch of damage, and then heal myself, then use the stopwatch. Something along those lines. Yeah, okay, if I do that, then I can go through here and then I can go through here. The rest of the level doesn't seem difficult compared to doing the other one, which is... it has cockatrices and knives, so it's very easy for me to just explode or take a bunch of damage. It also has night hacks, and I don't have a lot of potions of HP. Yeah, that level is pretty awful now that I have come to think about it. Let's just start here. Okay, got pulled by the Mind Devourer, but I did kill the other gate, which is great. Okay, things are getting pretty spooky. I don't want to be pulled anymore. I think that we are gonna use the stopwatch now. Yeah, it's a good thing that this level has a stopwatch, because it lets me do this kind of thing. Careful not to target myself, because if I target myself with something, I'm probably gonna die. Yeah, okay, this guy is still alive, unfortunately. It died from Thundercloud, I think. Okay, I do like the nice range upgrade that I got from getting Arch Sorcerer. Lets me hit things in positions that I wouldn't think I would be able to reach. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to finding an HP potion. I have one, so it's not as much of a necessity, but I won't have it for much longer. Like, I'm starting to feel the attrition of not being able to heal to full HP in a situation where I kind of want to do so. Ouch. Oh, I got hit by these. Yeah, that's unavoidable because of the layout. Maybe I should have started over here. It's fine. Getting hit only for 2, so yeah, it was not really an issue. And we're done. Okay, now I have 300 HP. I wonder if this challenge gives you a ton of HP or something. Oh man, like I saw Ice Shrine and I was excited, but turns out that it is for conjurations, which I don't have any. Okay, I think that this level looks good, but oh, healing potion finally. In fact, it is. I'm so happy about it that I'm just gonna immediately use this and go over here. This level is not gonna be difficult. From what I can see, it's not gonna be difficult. I have a lot of range on my icicle, so I can land far away from the gorgons, so that they don't poison me. Is there anything that I can get with my upgrades, however, before doing anything? That's worthless. Maybe this. All frozen enemies take 7 dark damage. That could be useful. The alternative is getting Chill Wind. I think I'll get Chill Wind, just because I think it might be useful. And after all, I do have a ton of ice upgrades, so yeah, it might be useful. Okay. Oh, wow, okay. If I had known this is how the spell worked, I would have gotten it way earlier. This is pretty strong. Wow, this is kinda busted. Okay, I like this spell. This spell has my seal of approval now. Look at that, did you see that? Like, it sure didn't really do that much damage, but we're okay with that. That was kinda crazy. Yeah, the target for that spell is excellent. It definitely justifies its high cost and low charges by just having such a good targeter. Yeah, look at these. Some people may not like the idea of having to move around your cursor to find what's the ideal spot to target your spell, but I like it. I don't have many issues with that. I think that's pretty interesting. I do think that if this was like crawl, I would find it very annoying, but the inclusion of the controller, or like the inclusion of the mouse, helps a lot when it comes to targeting those kinds of things. And I appreciate it a lot. It almost makes me wish that crawl did something like that. Okay, I guess that I have to get rid of some things. I can probably get rid of the bag of spikes in favor of the energy shield. Energy shield is a very important thing to have for the Mordred fight. Oh wait, I can use the portal key. Like, if I'm not gonna pick that up, I might as well just use it. Okay, let's see what we got here. I don't like it. I don't like the Yetis. I don't like the ice drakes. They're immune to ice, and they can freeze me, and that's really scary. The bone shamblers are not as bad as you would think, even though they are resistant, because I already have Prince of Ruin. This level looks very doable, but let's see what this one has to offer. Open level, butterfly demons. They only have 3 shields. I think it's the glass butterfly demons, the ones that have crazy amounts of shields for no good reason. You would think that being glassy monsters, they would be fragile, but glassy monsters are, for some reason, unusually robust in this game. This does have Minos, which I can just freeze lock Minos, it's not that bad. Okay. 3 for the charges and 2 for the damage. How much of a damage upgrade is it? 14. Yeah. It's pretty okay, you know, it's pretty okay. Inflicts 8 turns of frozen. Man, this spell is kind of bonkers. Yeah, the fact that it hits the whole screen is super good. Charges. 2 max charges. Does this level that I'm gonna go into... Oh, it doesn't have anything. Man, okay, we're starting to run into levels that literally do not have anything. I guess that this is the level that I'm gonna go to. I just have to be careful with the Idol of Fiery Vengeance, because that can accidentally get me killed. It wouldn't be the first time that such a thing happens. Where's the Idol of Fiery Vengeance? I don't see it. Let me take a moment to see where the Idol of Fiery Vengeance is. Oh wow, it's in a pretty difficult spot for me to... Like, I cannot really land here and kill these because of the Bone Shamder, I think. Yeah, if I land here and try to kill that, it might be painful. But on the other hand, it is pretty difficult or dangerous, to be precise, to do this level without having that. I am thinking that I should also get this Ether Swap spell with the blind casting upgrade. It's unfortunately very expensive. Yeah, I would need 5 experience to get it with the blind casting, and I only have 3 experience. And without the blind casting, it is pretty worthless. Okay, let's try this. Let's just start here and do this, because I really don't want to have any with the Idol of Fiery Vengeance. It is super bad, like a really nasty enemy. Okay, let's do something funny with Chill Wind. Yeah, fun stuff with Chill Wind. Okay, big explosions, lots of frozen dudes. Well, not lots of frozen dudes, lots of death dudes and 1 frozen dude. That's fine. Okay, pretty useful. I can use that again over here, right? Yeah, maybe I can even get fancy with it and use it like this. Yeah, that doesn't seem so bad. This looks pretty good, actually. Okay. Ouch. I am standing on a blizzard. Okay, I'm gonna take damage here. It's okay. Well, it's not okay, but there's not much that I can do about it. I would like for that not to happen again, but it is almost impossible for me to position myself in such a spot that I can make it not happen again. This level does not have healing potions. Important thing to keep in mind. Oh, I was thinking that I could go over here, but I can't. Yeah, moving away from this spot is pretty difficult without mobility, and I need to be in this spot because well, this spot or this spot, I suppose. Oh no, why did that thing spawn there? Okay. I don't have the thing that deals dark damage. I was gonna say that even if I had it, it would still not kill this thing, so it's fine. Okay, I'm starting to get kind of worried about my position in this. Yeah, I'm taking good damage. 16 lightning. I really want to move away from this room that I'm in. This spell is kind of insane. The more I use it, the more I like it. That went okay, yeah. Okay, we took good amounts of damage from doing this. I don't think that we're done. We're almost done. The energy shield that is on the floor doesn't do anything for us, so I'm gonna leave it on the floor. Oh, I'm not done. There's still 2 Idols of Clarity. I was like, I don't see any more enemies. These Idols of Clarity, I would like them to be much more distinct from the other enemies. Because, yeah, when it comes to Idols, I find it difficult to spot them at times. The level had a stopwatch. I maybe could have used the stopwatch that I am carrying. I mean, I'm glad that there was no need, but still I could have used it. Okay, I think that it would be nice if the level had dropped some HP, because... Oof, damage to Wizard 81 player. That was a lot of self-inflicted damage that I wasn't really able to avoid. Lightning Artist. We're getting to the late game. Oof, open level. Okay, this might actually be good. Yeah, I might want to do this. The level does not have a healing potion, right? It only has mana potions. Okay, it's a shame that that this is the level with the stopwatch and not that one, because this level with the stopwatch is gonna be super easy. And I say it's gonna be because I'm thinking that I am probably gonna use a stopwatch. Before using the mana potion earlier, I should have gotten all the upgrades on Chill Wind. Yeah, the charges upgrade, the damage upgrade. Let's just go ahead and do that now. I'm glad that I decided to add Chill Wind to my pool of things that I can do, because it's really strong. Yeah, I've been liking it. In fact, it freezes things for 8 turns, so what if I just do this and now I'm safe from these guys, and I can continue by doing this. Okay, I got a Storm Cloud placed on top of me. Was it because of you? It says that you're blind. How come? What blinded you? Everything is blind. Did I do something to blind my enemies or so? Does this blind? What blinded these guys? No idea. But I do think that it might not be a terrible idea to do this again and get rid of the soul jars. Yeah, okay. All the 3 soul jars were in a position where it was easy to hit them with that, fortunately. Okay, taking big damage. I have a healing potion and a ton of HP and a stopwatch. Oh, I also have a Chaos Bell. I guess I could use that. I kinda don't like these. Yeah, the Berserk Lamassu is making things complicated. Everything else is fighting each other, but the Lamassu is just too close to me. This must hit me. There's no way that it doesn't hit me. Okay, it's frozen for a couple of turns. I can reposition. Wizard Dyke, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it as always. Thank you for the continued support. I hope that your stream went well. I'm playing Rift Wizard because someone on my YouTube reminded me that I haven't been putting a lot of Rift Wizard on YouTube. So here we are. And I'm playing the challenge where I can only have one of each consumable. It's pretty rough. But I've been able to survive so far, fortunately. We are on Rome 21, almost at the end. Ooh, this looks pretty good to me. It's a really small level, but I really like it because I have a spell that hits the entire, or hits 3 tiles, 3 lines of tiles. Yeah, let me show you. It's weird, but like it hits perpendicular to me. So like if it's in the line that I'm on, hits like that, or I can make it hit vertical. But like it can target the whole stage, and it doesn't check walls, so it's really strong. In fact, I really like that spell. I hadn't used it ever before, and now I am I'm very, very happy to have found that technology. You have to stop early because you went Lugano in the Abyss and now your game keeps crashing. Have you considered making a second account for strange situations like that? It might be useful if those things happen to you frequently. You went Lugano in the Abyss and now your game keeps crashing. Yeah, I do have to say that I'm not a fan of Lugano as it is right now. Like, I have mentioned multiple times that I would rather die than go Lugano in the Abyss. And well, that's just one more reason to die than go Lugano in the Abyss. The level has a healing potion. I do want to go into that level, so I'm just gonna use the healing potion before going in for safety. Now, I have an elixir of youth, but I also have a mana potion in this level, so I'd rather use the mana potion. Okay, we're kind of destroying everything. This is pretty strong. This spell is fantastic. Chill Wind. Big fan of it. I love it. So good. My only issue is that it doesn't deal multiple instances of damage, so getting rid of monsters with shields and stuff is kind of difficult. We're almost done here with the level. Okay, the only thing left to kill is that gate, but I think the gate dies to the cloud that is on top of it. Okay, now the only thing left to do is wait for that void orb to disappear. That was crazy, wasn't it? That was pretty crazy. That spell is so strong. And I only took 21 damage from Lightning Artists. Nothing too bad. I could have gone by without even using the HP potion. It's a good thing that I did use it anyway, because now I have so much HP. Arcane Circle, I might want to go there. I feel like it's kind of rough. I would like to see a smaller level, or a fully open level. This is fine. Timekeeper, gotta get rid of it, because we don't want this guy to constantly stun me for one turn. Okay, this is a perfect level to use a stopwatch on. Between the Timekeeper and the Storm Knights, the level is difficult, and I think that using those consumables makes more sense than going to this horrendous level with a million walls, especially with no mobility. Okay, before going into the next level, I use a mana potion to restore my charges of Chill Wind. And yeah, these guys are immune to ice, so they cannot be frozen. The only way to stun them is to use a stopwatch, and that is what I'm going to do. Let's just start over here, stopwatch immediately. Now let's get rid of the Timekeeper. First and most important thing to get rid of. That thing I think is dead. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's dead. You don't have to deal any more damage directly to it. Man, the Storm Knights are so resistant to my damage. How many of them are there in this level? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be bad. Let's use some Chill Wind. Could you imagine if Kroll had a spell like this? Like a spell that you can target the whole level with? The closest thing to this that Kroll has ever had is a spell that was called Projected Noise, but it didn't even deal damage, it just made a ton of noise in the tile that you targeted. So the monsters were compelled to go and inspect and investigate what made that noise. And you could use it to sneak past the monsters like that. Some people used to do cigarettes with that technique, but I never did it because that seems like madness to me. So yeah, unfortunately the Storm Knights are still alive and healthy. This might be a pretty complicated situation for me. Yeah, how am I going to not get hit by this guy? And there's one more coming my way, and yeah, literally all of the Storm Knights are alive. They are pretty dangerous. I perhaps shouldn't have gone into this level because of the Storm Knights. And the Storm Knights are also not very good at fighting each other, so using a Chaos Belt doesn't make a lot of sense here. I guess that I could use a Stone Shield. Yeah, using Stone Shield does make sense. We are gonna be taking a little bit of lightning damage, but it's okay. Their Storm Strike creates thunderstorms and blizzards, but it's physical damage, so they're not gonna do it. And I'm immune to ice now, so I can actually do this without taking a ton of damage myself. Insanity Imp teleports targets away. Easy to kill because they're not immune to ice and resistant to physical like these Storm Knights. Okay, I really gotta kill them before I run out of Storm Shield, because if I don't, then bad things will happen. Man, I'm taking a lot of damage. I'm starting to get really worried about the amount of damage that I'm taking. Things are going okay, but the Storm Knights are a serious complication. Yeah. They don't even look that difficult to kill, but looks can be very deceiving in this occasion. Okay, one down, but how many casts of Icicle does it take to kill one? On the bright side, I haven't had to use a mana potion for Icicle in a very long time. So using a lot of Icicles to kill certain enemies is not as much of an issue. Okay, that was so scary. That was crazy scary. You guys have no idea. I thought that my run was over, but things are fine now. That was pretty good. We can do it a bit more. Rough, but we managed to emerge victorious. Damage to enemies 2300 shatter shards. And then Prince of Ruin and Chillwind dealt a bunch of extra damage as well. Yeah, how did I get so far without getting Chillwind? Like, it's such an important thing. Damage to Wizard 139 Storm Knight. I guess they were hitting me or something, even though I had immunity to physical. Something weird was happening there. I don't have a shrine for my Icicle yet. I definitely would like to have a shrine. All of these are pretty awful. I am very tempted to use a Portal Disruptor. Oh, Gilded Lamassu. That I need for the Bestiary. Man, no, not like this. Why do I only get the Bestiary enemies on levels that are really difficult? I guess that I could maybe, like, here's what I am thinking of. I could get, I could go into the level, use the Elixir of Youth that I've been carrying from the very beginning of the game pretty much, and then use Chillwind, like spam that until everything is dead. Yeah, the vampires are not immune to cold, fortunately. Oh no, the Gilded Lamassu is immune to cold. Wow, this is gonna be so difficult to kill. 400 HP, 3 shields. If I had Touch of Death or something like that, or Mega Annihilate, but these are all the spells that I have, it wasn't a very good spell roll. But I've gotten pretty far in my first attempt, because this has been my first attempt. I guess that I did get Freeze, and Freeze is kind of fantastic if you upgrade it as much as I have upgraded it. But yeah, how am I going to kill these? 50% resistance to physical, so I would be dealing to it 14 damage. Yeah, wow, it looks so impossible to kill. With a with a Death Dice, I could have killed it. Yeah, I don't think that I should do that level. It looks like it's gonna get me killed if I do go there. This also looks pretty bad, immune to ice monsters. And if I do the thing that I was thinking of doing in the previous level on this one, I'm sure this one will be significantly easier. Yeah, just like hide here and spam Chill Wind with Elixir of Youth. Sounds like a really solid plan. And the level does have a healing potion, which I do need because I'm seriously hurt. It's funny because I say that I'm seriously hurt and I still have 400 HP. Um, it is like normally I have about this amount of HP, and today I have 400 HP. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Enough talking. Let's just go ahead and Elixir of Youth and Chill Wind everything and everyone. Um, Oh no, it's immune to ice because there's a Frostfire Mage that I didn't see. And the Frostfire Mage is also immune to ice. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, that's so bad. How long does that last for? 3 turns. Well, goodbye Elixir of Youth. I guess that at least I can get rid of it. Yeah. Okay, we can freeze that for a couple of turns. Let's finish off the Frostfire Mage so it doesn't do that again. And this level does not have a mana potion, right? So I gotta be careful about my charges. Should probably not be so reckless with my uses of Chill Wind. Okay, now I'll take a little bit of damage to my own stuff, but it's okay. I sure wish that it gave you immunity to your own clouds, like Gaslal does. But it is not like that. Yeah, and I say it just because it was literally impossible for me to not get hit by my own clouds there. If it was more avoidable, it would be okay. Oh, it turns out that Icicle recharges itself, because sometimes things die to getting frozen, and whenever things die to getting frozen, Icicle Harvest gives me back a charge of Icicle. Whenever a frozen enemy dies to ice damage, regain a charge of Icicle. So I never have to worry about using mana potions for Icicle. I only have to worry about them for Chill Wind. Anyway, that was a massacre. Oh man, the giant floating skull is resistant to ice. I'm gonna get hit by a bunch of fireballs from this thing, but I have a healing potion, so it's okay. Yeah. Oh wow, I one-shot it. How did I one-shot it? That's crazy. I would like to see how much damage I dealt to that thing. 28 physical damage and 42 ice damage. Oh, it got frozen and it got minus 100 ice damage. Okay, yeah, that's important to keep in mind because Icicle does do that. There was something that I wanted to get for Icicle, but I didn't get it after all because Icicle was pretty bad at killing things directly. I remember that I said that earlier, but I don't remember what I said that was. Do you guys think Crystal Power would be good? Your sorcery spells gain 2 damage for each frozen or glassified enemy. Keep in mind that Chill Wind freezes a lot of things, so that's why I'm thinking about Crystal Power. I think that I should think about giving it a try at the very least. It's not like I have a lot of experience to direct towards things. Like, not a lot of things that I want to get is what I'm trying to say. Okay, this level has 2 healing potions, which already has me interested. The golden skulls are difficult to deal with, but at least they're not immune to ice like the golden Lamasu. A draft of memories, well, that's not as good with my current spell set. That's really dangerous. Yeah, if I was to go into this level, it would be to immediately use a stopwatch. Like, drop into this level, use a stopwatch, and get rid of all the cockatrices. before doing anything, because I don't want to get frozen by a cockatrice and just explode. Spell and skill damage by 4. How many of these things are there in this level? Only 2. If Ice had redeals, it would be very cool, because I could quickly get rid of the shields and just kill it before it becomes an issue. I'm thinking about how I want to do this, or if I want to do it at all. No, definitely not. Yeah, we have issues with this kind of enemy. Immune to ice, resistant to physical, and reproduces itself. Definitely not. Do I just reroll? I think that using a Portal Disruptor makes sense. Okay, I went for it. Oh, absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not. This level has the combination of all that's bad. Storm Champions, in case the Storm Knights weren't already difficult enough to kill. It has Time Keepers, it has a bunch of Watchers, lots of Watchers, yeah, and it even has the Storm Knight Gates. That is impossible. This is much more feasible, on the other hand. Yeah, I kinda like this. Apart from this, whenever an enemy takes damage, it is stunned from 1 turn. That is the most difficult, or the most dangerous thing that exists in the game. That can easily kill you. And this is also an open level, Slime Soul Idol. This looks okay, this looks doable. Yeah, I think that this is where I'm going to go. Oculus. So I could also I could think about starting on the Oculus and just snipe things with Icicle, but Chillwind does a better job of doing that, I think. Anyway, I should get some stuff with all my experience. By some stuff, I guess I get Ether Swap, because it's the best mobility spell that I have, unfortunately. Okay, it does have a ton of charges, at least 20 charges. Max charges gives it 10. That's crazy good. Yeah, look at that. It's not fully upgraded because I don't have Arcane or Void Lord or Translocation Master. This is still a pretty good range. Ignores walls. The only downside is that it has to target a monster, but at least I have some mobility now. I could have also gotten Death Cleave, but it's a bit too late for that. Now skills. Is there any skill that I want? Crystal Power. Okay, let's try Crystal Power. Maybe I do end up enjoying it a lot, and yeah, the only way for me to know is if I get it. And Volcano Turtles are going crazy. Alrighty, let's do some chill wind stuff. Mischief Maker! Oh no, I thought that Mischief Maker was the one that teleported me, but that's the Dreamer. The Dreamer teleports everything in the level. Come to think of it, I perhaps shouldn't be using Chill Wind, because I would like to go with max resources to the Mordred fight. Oh, come on. Everything was going very well until this. Gotta use my last charge of Chill Wind to go through there. It's pretty annoying. I don't want to get hit by that again. Okay, we freeze it Mischief Maker for 5 turns. Hopefully that's enough time to position it to a spot where I can just stun lock it. This is pretty ridiculous. Okay. Man, why does that thing have 33 shields? Yeah, I took a good amount of damage, but this level does have healing potions, which I can only make use of one, unfortunately. And so we go into the final fight, with no charges of Chill Wind, low charges of Icicle, kinda worrisome. But I think it's gonna go well. Final fight. Oh boy! This might be a bit of an issue, come to think of it. But on the other hand, I can at least freeze Mordred a bit. I'm gonna go in. Yeah, just go in. Okay, you know what? I should probably not have it as X-Turbo. Okay, I think I want to go for Chaos Bell. So things are fighting each other. Okay, got... did I get frozen because of the blizzard? I don't think so. Or did it actually happen? No, it didn't happen. I think that you get 1 turn of clarity when Mordred shifts to you, so that you don't just die instantly. Okay, so far so good. I do have to say that having Blink but only be able to target a monster is kind of scary, because sometimes I want to move, but I don't want to be landing next to a monster. Oh, the level does have a mana potion. I wonder if I should use my teleporter for the mana potion, and then the mana potion for... Yeah, okay, if I'm gonna do that, I am gonna do it now, right? It feels kind of bad to have Ether swap. Wait a second, I can just swap myself over there. That makes sense. Yeah, just take a bit of damage, we're fine. We're perfectly okay with taking that little bit of damage. Gotta be careful with that Slime Dragon, we don't want it to duplicate itself a bit too much. We also don't want to get poisoned by the dragon. It would be scary. Okay, I have the mana potion, I'm just gonna drink the one that I have, so I can pick it up. Now I can do a Chill Wind if I really want to, and actually it makes a lot of sense to do Chill Wind, because it's gonna increase my... Oh, it didn't increase my crystal power damage a lot, it actually killed everything that it hit. Okay, suffering from success, I suppose. Either swap this guy. Okay, pretty good so far. It's going excellent. It's the only way to put it. Going excellent. Okay, we didn't kill Mordred there. I wanted to kill Mordred before the shift. I have an energy shield, so let's use it. Oh, I wanted to pick that up. Come on. I can swap myself over there, at least, to pick that up. Now... we have Minos. Minos could be bad, could be kind of dangerous. Very difficult to kill and likes to run at me. Enemies that run at you are kind of scary when your main way of killing things is Icicle. I'm thinking that I should have swapped myself with the ball that was over here instead of killing it. Okay, Mordred did die from the Chill Wind. Okay, I'm starting to take large amounts of damage, kinda worrisome. These balls are like the knights from earlier, but unlike with the knights, I don't have a way to make myself immune to ice damage anymore, so I cannot do the same thing that I did against the knights, and that feels kinda bad. Earthquake Orb. Okay, it didn't really do anything. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. How far until you switch? Would you switch me? Okay, that's nice. I'm gonna get switched next turn. That's great. Oh, that's not great. I don't want to be next to you. Being next to Mordred is pretty scary. It's not as bad as it would normally be because I at least have energy shield, so I'm immune to the insta kill. But it's still pretty scary because I could get stun locked or so. Well, not really stun locked. Stun locking is not something that actually happens in Thrifty Wizard. It's a very nice thing about the game. It's pretty fair in that regard. Frozen for a ton of turns. Oh, never mind. Oh, wait a second. I just realized something cheap. Is it that because I am removing the freezing from Mordred, Mordred doesn't get clarity? Because look at that. Mordred says that it has one turn of Frozen. So normally Mordred would just immediately become or get clarity next turn, right? But okay, this time it did not get stunned, but it also didn't get clarity. So I can just do it again. Okay, sure. Not gonna complain about it. Gotta maybe do this. How bad of an idea is that? Or... No, you know what I should do? I should actually do that with the Cyclopes. I don't care about things that are next to me. Like, they don't really do a lot. The Cyclopes are pretty scary, on the other hand. How much damage? 34, 34. That's actually a lot. Yeah. Okay, I think that we are completely cheesing Mordred super hard here. I don't think that's intended behavior. But I'm not gonna complain. We take those. Okay, but I guess Mordred had clarity. I got swapped. Mordred is very far away from me. Is it time to use my mana potion? Because I could also just chase after Mordred. Ether swap has been really useful. I doubted the usefulness of that thing, but no, it really has been proving itself to be really strong. Oh, that's cheating. Don't do that. There is a bit of solace in this. Mordred will use Mordred's Gaze, which destroys walls, very soon, because my energy shield is gonna go down. And then I'll have Line of Fire, so I can actually hit Mordred, so not everything is so terrible. I could also use Oculus. I'll use it in a bit. But yeah, this is actually a pretty good spot for Mordred to be in, because I'm gonna be in a spot very similar to that one soon. Oh, Void Drake ruined everything. Okay, maybe I should have better swapped myself away from where I was, so that the Void Drake didn't ruin everything. My bad. Okay, I'm gonna use an energy shield. Ouch. Took a little bit of damage from these flaming eyeballs. It's a good thing that I have so much HP, because otherwise things could get pretty scary. Okay, Mordred once again swaps me next to it. Mordred really likes to do that. It's not the first time that has happened today. I'm thinking about how I want to do this, because I feel, well, to begin with I have the energy shield, so I'm not gonna get killed by Mordred's Touch of Death. Standing on a storm cloud, so I'm not gonna get stunned or frozen. I'm thinking of using a healing potion and then a teleporter to teleport over here to go back to full HP. Because I don't really want to icicle myself to hurt Mordred. That sounds like a plan. Let's do that. Yeah, okay, we don't even take any damage. Okay, Mordred is dead. Oh no, Mordred got Soul Jarred. Man, that sucks. It's this one at least, so I know that I just need to use Mana Potion and Chill Wind to get rid of it. I can also use Ether Swap to chase after Mordred. Yeah, look at this range, it's so good. Amazing. Oh, I was gonna pick up... There was a Mana Potion right here and I wanted to pick that up. I guess it's okay, it could be a lot worse. I can also use Oculus. This is getting pretty interesting. Well, I guess I do have to get rid of this thing. And you know what? I want to use this as Stone Shield. Stone Shield plus Energy Shield makes me immune to everything that's not toxic damage, poison damage. So yeah, I have 15 turns where I don't have to worry about taking damage pretty much, which is pretty useful. Yeah, not even ice damage will hurt me now, so I can just sit here. Okay, Mordred is still Soul Jarred. Should have gotten rid of that thing. I'm liking Ether Swap a lot, I do have to say that. I don't see any Mana Potions. Yeah, I'm starting to think about Mana Potions because of my mana situation. Okay, Mordred swapped me. Mordred is over there. I don't reach, or well, I guess I do reach, but I don't see Mordred. Better swap. About to lose the energy shield. Mordred is about to die. Dies next turn, in fact, without me doing anything. In that case, it might not be a terrible idea to use a potion. Yeah, okay. Now, more things that I'm thinking of doing are swapping the Spike Ball into this spot so I can grab the healing potion. Where is Mordred? Mordred hasn't died. Huh, why not? Is that a Thundercloud? Oh, it is a Thundercloud, that's why Mordred hasn't died. Well, that's fine. I can just use this time, because Mordred is eventually gonna die to that Thundercloud. Oh, I cannot pick that up because I have a healing potion. Should have thought about that earlier, perhaps. Yeah, I don't think using the healing potion and then picking up the other healing potion makes a lot of sense. Okay, Mordred is finally dead. Last life for Mordred. We're gonna use Chill Wind. This looks okay. Gotta be careful with this Cyclops, but I still have a couple of turns of Storm Shield, so... While I have Storm Shield, it's not gonna stun me. It cannot stun me. And the only thing that can stun me is the Cyclopes, at least so far. Pretty good thing. Okay, getting rid of Mordred with Chill Wind is very suboptimal. I should stop doing that. Okay, I'm liking Ether Swap a good amount. I was skeptical of it. Oh no, this thing is completely immune to all the things that I'm doing. Well, cannot really kill that. But yeah, Ether Swap, perhaps I should have gotten it earlier. It's doing very well. Where's Mordred? All the way over there. Okay. Now, how much damage does this deal? 60. I think my Icicle deals more damage, funnily enough. Well, with the Crystal Power upgrade. Funnily, it's twice as effective on the Icicle because it deals 2 instances of damage. What is this? Idol of Sorcery. You don't have that yet. Okay, I think this is gonna kill more than that. Okay. Oof, and I even got an achievement for completing Thrifty Wizard. Yeah, that was fun. When I saw the spellbook, I was not too optimistic when it came to the future of this, but fortunately it is, or it went very well. It's not going very well because it's already over. It went very well. I emerged victorious. Yeah. 168 other? 60 player? Yeah, the clouds dealing self damage is kind of rough. I do not like that so much. Yeah. Anyway, you were here for that, so I don't really have to do a recap. That was Thrifty Wizard. I cannot believe that I did it in my first attempt.